Hello, my name is Callie Poplack. I run Egmont Books. I wish I could be with you in person today to meet you inspiring teachers who put reading for pleasure at the heart of your teaching practice. At least COVID-19 is not going to prevent us from celebrating the brilliant winners of this year's Egmont Reading for Pleasure Teacher Awards in association with the Open University and UKLA. We had 43 entries this year, and we introduced a new category, the School Reading Champion. I have to tell you, it was an absolute tonic to read the entries. They were positive, they were uplifting, they demonstrated real change and positive impact on children's lives. And I don't need to tell you that there is so much evidence to show that children who read for pleasure simply do better in life. In fact, reading for pleasure has more impact than whether the parents have a degree or the socioeconomic background of that child's family. So the work you do is truly important and never more critical. Just 26% of children aged 0 to 17 read for pleasure daily or nearly every day. It peaks between the ages of 5 to 10, but it's still fewer than half at just 41%. Last year I told you that 32% of parents read to their children daily or nearly every day. This year's figure is 33%. So there is still so much work to do to communicate with families on the importance of reading for pleasure. Because the truth is that most parents stop reading to their children when their children reach the age of 8. And this is in spite of all the evidence that shows that children between the age of 8 and 13 are twice as likely to be independent readers if they are regularly read to by an adult. So to read the amazing work you do, to see the exciting initiatives, the imagination, the flair, the determination, and all of it rooted in evidence-based research is truly joyful. Egmont's mission is to make all children proud readers, and we aim to do this by publishing a broad and diverse portfolio of books for all ages and tastes, everything from popular culture like Minecraft to wonderful magical adventures like Jenny McLaughlin's The Land of Rule. And I am delighted to tell you that Jenny was one of our judges this year, and it is Jenny who is going to be announcing this year's winners. But I'd like to congratulate all of you and thank you for such brilliant work.
Hello. I really wish we could have all met up together to celebrate the incredible work you're doing in schools to promote reading and to help all children experience the joy and the advantages that having a reading habit can give you. The work that you're doing is just quite incredible. I felt quite humbled when I looked through all the evidence that you provided, but also hugely optimistic because what incredibly safe hands our children are in. They're very lucky to have you. So I've taken a break from writing about ghost pirates to present some awards, which is lovely. And I'm going to glance down because I don't want to get a single word wrong here. So the first award I want to announce is the highly commended Early Career Teachers Award. And this goes to Phoebe Lawton. So, congratulations Phoebe, well done. And now I'd like to announce the winner of the Early Career Teacher Award, and this goes to Nigel Lungenmus-Ward. The work that Nigel's doing is fabulous. So what I particularly loved about this is how Nigel has created a real reading community that goes beyond the school, and the children have spread out to their families as well. This is when you've got families on board and working with the school like this and all sharing a love of something, you're really on to win it, but it's a really hard thing to achieve. So well done Nigel, it's quite incredible what you've been doing in your school.
Hello everyone, I just want to say how proud I am to win this award and how proud I am to be part of the Reading for Pleasure community. I love being part of something that's helping improve children's education, and that for me is one of the highlights of my career so far. The biggest bit of advice I would give anyone is to make reading fun. Somebody once said to me that reading is chocolate and not sprouts. The thing that I'm proud of the most is all the children that rush into my classroom every morning and talk to me about the books they're reading, especially when I've recommended it to them, and just want to have those conversations about the wonderful characters and worlds that they're reading and learning about. Thank you so much once again for this award, and I can't wait to help and be part of the community more in the future. Bye.
And the next award goes to the highly commended Experienced Teacher Award. And this is to Hannah Marshall. Who again is just doing some fabulous work in her school. What lucky children to have you there, Hannah. And now I'd like to announce the winner of the Experienced Teacher Award, and that's Eve Valance. And she's at the Mayfair Community Academy, and she's just done some fantastic things there to make sure not just the whole school love reading, that boys are really involved. I was really impressed with the level of research that has taken place and how on board the children themselves have been in developing this reading culture at the school. The thing I particularly remember about reading Eve's submission was the outdoor reading that takes place. My children have told me so many times that they wish they could read at playtime, lunchtime. And of course children should be able to read at playtime, lunchtime. Saying it makes it seem so obvious. But Eve has made this take place, and it was lovely to see the children reading outside, some of them with their teddies, just experiencing the sunshine on their face and an adventure in a book that they're reading. It's really wonderful.
Hello, my name is Eve Cairns-Vollens, and I am a Year 4 teacher and Reading and Phonics lead at Mayflower Community Academy in Plymouth. I'm absolutely thrilled to be awarded the Egmont 2020 Reading for Pleasure Experienced Teacher Award. Thank you. My example of practice focused on from beginners to bookish bletherers, motivating Key Stage 2 boy readers. My aims were to establish a clear understanding of the Key Stage 2 boys' reading practices at home and at school. To enable me to do so, I needed to research into their prior reading attainment, looking for patterns which could be supported through the teaching of reading. It was so important to me that I supported the boys with their reading skills, but to also give opportunities for the boys to enjoy and discover new texts and ways of reading. I wanted to motivate the boys so that they actually grew in confidence and discovered reading to be a social activity offering an endless choice and variety of texts. My advice for teachers would be spend time truly understanding the reading background of the children. Invest in thorough reading assessments and staff training. Listen to the children. What are their interests? What really makes them tick? Can they actually access the texts? Give the children autonomy in their book choices and their recommendations. Again, really listen. Think outside of the box. How can we support the children and their families both inside and outside of school with their reading? Perhaps plan a calendar of reading events for everyone to be involved in. But the key word is motivation. Motivate the staff, the children and the families. As Teresa Kremin states, reading for pleasure is more closely associated with intrinsic motivation. It is reading that children do for themselves at their own pace, with whom they choose and in their own way. Thank you.
And the next award that I would like to announce is the highly commended School Reading Champion. And this goes to Nikki Cleveland. So well done, Nikki. Fantastic work that you're doing. And the next award I would like to announce is the winner of the School Reading Champion, and that's Carol Carter. It's so exciting reading about what's happening in Carol's school. The book cafe sounds so successful. Going from the concept of a book cafe to actually setting one up that's running so fantastically. It's just amazing. And the book bingo, I would have loved to have gone to this school. So what lucky children to be taking part in all these activities.
Good morning, my name is Carol Carter and I'm the librarian here at Headlands Primary School in Northampton. I'd just like to say thank you so much to everybody at Egmont and at the Open University Reading for Pleasure programme because I'm just really proud to have been awarded the whole school reading champion this year. What it says about the work that we've been trying to do here in our school reading community. So I've been asked to share one piece of professional advice with you this morning, and that's very hard to do because I'm sure you all know your jobs very well already. But one thing I would say is that hopefully we all understand the importance of book talk and sharing our ideas about books. How you do that is going to look very different depending on what your situation is, whether you have a reception class, a year 6 class, a year 11 class, or if you're a librarian like me. So I just thought I'd share a couple of quick ways that have worked for me to help develop those book chats. The first thing is I've got a set of book chat questions. I just have these sat on my desk in the library or out on one of the tables at break or lunchtime, because sometimes the children, especially the young ones, don't necessarily know how to start those conversations. And they've just got questions on them like, what things make you stop reading a book? Or, what topic would you never want to read a book about? If you could be any book character, who would you choose? There's a wide range of questions there, and hopefully just by flicking through them the children can get some ideas for things to talk about. Another way that's great for children to share their ideas about books is by writing book reviews. But as any of you I'm sure will realise, sometimes getting children to write is not necessarily as easy as it could be. I do have a book in the library for children to just add in any quick reviews if they get a chance and they feel the desire. And I do have a folder of my own book reviews that they can flick through if they want to read something that I'd recommend and I'm too busy for one of those book chats. But they all require quite a lot of writing, and I was trying to find a way that they could share their ideas about a book with really the minimum of effort. So what we found works for us is to put just a little sheet in the start of each book. It's got a space for their first name and year, a 5-star rating, and then just a space for enough room to write 1 or 2 words describing what they thought about their book. I have just grabbed the Truth Pixie off the shelf with no warning, and it's only got 1 review in, but quite a lot of them now have 5, 6 reviews, and just by seeing who's read the book, what year they were in, what they thought about it, that can give the children a really good feeling of being part of a community, and also thinking, oh well, okay, so if Amy in year 4 liked it, I think I'll probably like it too. I've also been asked to share the thing that I'm most proud of having achieved. After some careful thought, the thing that came to mind for me was trying to give the children more choice in the reading material that we have in the library. We started off with a suggestions box. Obviously I listened to the book chat that the kids are telling me what they like, but I wanted every child to feel like they had some input. We've tried a few different ways of achieving this. First of all, with a big display, which had 30 books on the display, the front cover on the front of the picture, the blurb on the back, and the children could come along, take the pictures off, look at the blurb, and then each child was given 3 sticky dots to vote for the books that they would most like to have in the library. It was successful, the display looked great, the visual nature of it worked especially for the youngest children, but unfortunately some children were very swayed by where the sticky dots were already, and we also had a few unscrupulous dot movers, which made us decide we needed to have a different way. Last term we instead tried to use voting forms, and that worked brilliantly. We had a voting box and the children just found the whole nature of it really exciting, and again this time they had to wait for the count to find out what the winners were. The excitement it generated was fantastic, and I just had so many children, not the children that are the super readers that are in the library all the time, but just random children coming up to me and saying, has my book won, has my book won, when are the books going to be in school? Obviously now with COVID we're going to have to try a slightly different method this term, so I'm thinking about utilising the interactive whiteboards and getting the teachers to do some counting of votes for me, but hopefully we'll still be able to deliver some new books chosen by the children to their classrooms before Christmas. So thank you once again so much for giving me this award, and like as I said, what it says about our reading community here at Headlands and how I'm supported by the staff, the management, the children, the parents to all come together and build a school of book lovers.
Now, judging these awards was actually quite tricky because the standard was so high. It really took a long time and it was a very challenging thing to do, and I can understand why we had to choose 2 highly commended whole school winners. So the first is Claudia Cotton and the second is Nicola Mansfield Niemi. So congratulations to you both. And now I would like to announce the winner of the Whole School Award, and that goes to Rochelle Richmond. My goodness, what a lot of incredible things are going on at Sayes Court Primary and Nursery School. Reading rivers, reading cafes, reading snuggled up under blankets. Reading is woven through this school, and stories seem to be just a part of the children's lives here, and that's thanks to Rochelle and everybody else working at the school. It was really exciting reading about what's happening there.
Hi everyone, I'm Rochelle Richmond and I'm the head teacher at Sayes Court School. My advice to anybody wanting to develop reading for pleasure in their school would be to make sure that you have a very clear vision, make sure that you back everything that you're doing up with research, make use of the wealth of information and resources on the OU Research Rich Pedagogy's website, join a Teachers as Readers group, and finally make sure you engage all stakeholders. Developing reading for pleasure takes a whole community, and our success has been a complete and absolute team effort. We are so proud of a lot of things that we've achieved, and my wonderful team who are absolutely mad about reading for pleasure are here to share all of these things with you.
As the Year 6 teacher, I'm really proud of how Reading for Pleasure has impacted on outcomes for our children across the school.
In Year 5, children really enjoy reading for pleasure sessions as it becomes a social activity where it gives a chance for the children to discuss and talk about their books, and because of this, the new friendships have been made.
Our children are reflective readers who take ownership of their reading and read a wide range of genres and authors.
Reading time has been very purposeful in our school, and the children are choosing engaging texts rather than just choosing random ones, so they are really enjoying what they're reading, and that has been wonderful to see.
The reading environment that we have created around the school really sends out a positive message.
We have successfully engaged our parents in reading with our children.
As adults, we've developed a varied reading diet, and this has helped rediscover our love for children's literature, and this has impacted positively on what we have for the children.
Our own patron of reading is author Steve Davies, who engages with our school regularly.
Children are really excited to read aloud to one another with confidence and enthusiasm.